Hey guys, welcome back to Bearded Lumber. As always, Matthew and I greatly appreciate you tuning in. Today's video is going to be on a topic we cover quite a bit, but we do it for a reason. Never get too big to do the small jobs. It's so important to your business, so important to your bottom line. So come right back and we'll dive deeper into it and show you some of the projects we got to do today. Hey guys, welcome back. Like I say, the topic of today's video is don't ever get too big to do the small jobs. From where I'm standing, there's 3 huge sawmills. I'm talking commercial sawmills. They've gotten too big to do the small jobs. You can't walk on their property. I'm not allowed on their property. I would have to sign a waiver to get past the office. And their business model is different than mine, okay? Bear that in mind. But they've gotten too big to do the small jobs. And that's what keeps me busy, and that's what will keep you busy. We all like the big jobs. Matthew and I are right in the middle of probably 20,000 board feet of an order for a timber frame we got to do. And we're going to try to get a video of it before we get done. But, you know, everybody likes those big jobs, but they don't come around that often. The small jobs is what's going to keep the lights turned on, going to keep you paid, keep your bills paid, take care of customers. We got one this morning we're going to show you with our grizzly planer. We got 15 beautiful 1x10s that just come out of the kiln, and we're going to plane them down to 13/16 for one of our good customers. He comes about every 2-3 months and will get the exact same order because they do crafting, and they're getting geared up for the craft shows this fall, you know, going into Thanksgiving and Christmas. He actually called me the other day, and he wanted these a week ago, but he had to wait because they were in the kiln. And he called me again and said, "You got any cut-offs?" I'm like, "Every day, brother, what do you want?" He wanted some hardwood cut-offs that he was going to make some Christmas trees. So I told him, "Yeah, come on, get them." So we saved him a little pile. And he got a handful of them. And took them. I didn't charge him nothing for them. Why am I going to charge him for waste? He picked them up and he loaded them in his truck, and he was on his merry way. But it made him happy. It was a project he was working on for his wife, some kind of Christmas trees using, you know, a half log. I'd like to see a picture when he got done. But this is a paying job. And like I say, he comes every couple months. And now that he's retired, he'll probably pick up. They'll be able to go to more craft shows and do more things. But that's why you take care of your customers. This is a recurring job that I try to keep 1x10 white pine over here kiln dried for him. And the last time he bought some, 2 months ago, I told him, I said, "I'm out. I'm trying to get some cut." And I was out of logs at that time, big enough logs. But since then, I had a customer. We got 5 logs he dropped off the other day, and there's another load that he dropped off. I bought a lot of big white pine. There's some laying out here that's 28, 30 inches. Nice ones. So we'll have more to put in inventory just for him as well as any other customer that calls. Matthew's sitting on a stack of 1x10s, 8 foot long, and some battens that we just did the other day. The customer's finishing up a little project. He's been by several times, and this is what he needed to finish up his shed addition on his barn. And we went ahead, like I said, the boards was easy because they were kiln dried. We just pulled them out of the stack. And then we took some 1x6s we had, run through the edge here. I think we made him 15 or 16, 2 3/4 by 8 foot long battens. Not a big job, but when he picks it up, I'll get paid. This guy, he'll be here tomorrow. When he picks it up, I'll get paid. Sitting out here, I don't know if you can see it, but right around the corner, there's a little stack of 30 2x4s. Now, I don't like cutting 2x4s. I'll just be honest with you. There's not that much money in it. time I figure buying the log, most time people could come out better going to Lowe's and buying one, unless they're needing a true 2x4, and you can't buy those at Lowe's. But I do have a couple customers. I got one particular, a concrete contractor, and he'll call me up, want 20 or 30 2x4s, or he'll want 20 or 30 2x6s. You know, they're framing up a driveway or framing up a set of steps. So, you know, it's a small job, but he's liable to call 2 or 3 weeks in a row, and he may not need any floorboards for a few weeks, and then he'll call and order 2 or 3 times in a row. So that's what I'm saying. Don't ever get too big that you can't take care of the small jobs, because this customer has never bought anything other than 2x4s, 2x6s. Well, a couple weeks ago, he said, I finished in the basement for my wife. I need some tongue and groove like we got on the ceiling. So we run him, 1,000 board feet of tongue and groove. He hadn't picked it up yet. He's paid for it. But I know him. He works night and day doing concrete. The next rainstorm, he'll be calling me, hey, Eric, I need to come get that wood. Okay, it's sitting here waiting on you. That's what I say. The little jobs can be turned into bigger jobs, because 1,000 board feet or square feet of T&G is a pretty good number. So I'm just trying to help you run your business and be profitable, keep the lights turned on. I see a lot of people that buy these wood misers, and they're for sale with 40 hours on it. I seen a brand new LT70 this week, diesel, with 40 hours on it. I hope you do not make that mistake and spend that kind of money and put 40 hours on your mill and go out of business, okay? I'm here to try to help you not do that. And don't start with the LT70, okay? Start with a 35 or a 40. And if you got a little cash, maybe start with you a used 35 or 40. Because one thing you're probably going to get with a used machine, you're going to get some extra blades. And if a guy's got 1,000, 2,000 hours on it, you're going to get some spare parts. You know, you're going to get some assistance. And I would negotiate that with a guy if I was buying a used mill. Hey, dude, leave it set up. I want you to show me how to run it. I want you to show me some tricks, tricks and tips of running the machine that you've run for quite some time. So there's nothing wrong with buying used. Now, when you go to upgrade, like we did, we upgraded to an LT70. The used market there's not going to be many of those available, especially in the electric. I've said it repeatedly. I found one when I was right before I bought this one, and he wanted 10 grand more than I paid for this one. So that was a no-go for sure. But I hope this helps. We're going to cover this little job this morning, and we're going to get out of here and get back to work. So give us just a minute to get set up, and we're going to run these 15 boards. Okay guys, we run these twice through the planer. The first pass got us to 1 inch, second pass got us to 7/8, and then we run 2 test passes on this to get it right down to 13/16. That's what the customer wants. They've got I think probably a DeWalt planer, and they'll take a little light pass on both sides to take out the lines that this grizzly leaves in because it's a spiral head cutter. And he's tickled to death because he don't have to hog it off from 1 1/16 down to 3/4. I want to stop here and talk about it. A couple things. One, the operation of the planer, and two, how this adds benefit to your business. We've handled this wood from start to finish. We bought the logs, we sawed the logs, we stickered, banded, air dried, kiln dried, and then we unstickered, banded them in bundles without the stickers, put them in our inventory, and then we drew them back out and we run them secondary processing, and then we sold it to a customer. Why is this beneficial? Well, think about it. I got paid to saw it, I got paid to dry it, and then we got paid to process it so that he's got a finished product to take home. It's good for your business. Think about it. Running your grizzly. With 2 people, it's a dream. By yourself, it'll walk you to death, round and round a circle. But you need 2 people working together. And it's good for you to run your product like this because you'll find the ones that you didn't saw that good. You've seen us have to back up a couple times. We had a few thicks and thins in there, and that's normally because the log moved a little bit in the cutting process. So, a planer don't lie. They're either all the same thickness or it's saying, nah, the saw man didn't do it just right. Out of 15 boards, I think we had 3 that were thick, and 2 of them had thick ends, and that's probably because the log moved a little bit. Can't be helped, but it's good for you to know to try to improve upon your sawmilling aspect of your job. Now, when you're running this, it's nice to have 2 people. It's nice to have 2 people thinking the same way. I took a light pass the first time to get us down to 1 inch. Matthew flipped them over. I took another turn and a half, and that got us down to 7/8. And then when he took them off, he wasn't just throwing them on a pile. He'd take that board and look at it and pick the best side to go down. So they're all stacked. I don't have to look at them. I can just pick them up and run them the way he's got them laid. Also, when you're feeding, if the guy that's pulling this board out, you can help him drastically if you'll have the next one ready to go in. So as it goes past the pinch roller, there's another board behind it pushing the one out this end so he don't have to yank on it. Things you can do to help one another. Anything else? You need a good vacuum system with one of these, no doubt. We're running the 10 horsepower blower outside, as well as we're running one of our 3-phase blowers here. So we don't have any problem. It disappears, goes away real quick. But if you're going to invest in one of these grizzlies, you're going to have some kind of vacuum system. We used one of the little cyclone bags for years in the other shop, and it worked great. It sucked the sawdust out, but you fill up a 35-gallon bag every few minutes. We're kind of spoiled now. We don't fill up no bags. We just blow it out in a pile and we deal with it later. So it's just an added cost to let you know that if you're going to buy one of these, you will need some kind of vacuum system. So enough talking. We're going to run these and get done with them. Okay guys, one last thing we'll get out of here. Anytime you run in one of these products, whether it's a grizzly or a whining, you got a lot of bare cast iron. This stuff will rust so quick. Here's a product we like to use. It's called Wax Lit. We buy it from Whining Corporation. And it's kind of like WD-40 for metal, for wood, but it's wax based and not petroleum based. And this will protect your surfaces as well as make them good and slick. But when we come back to use this in a day, a month, whenever, this table won't be rusty. It will look just like this. It may be covered in dust because this product tracked a little dust. But unlike WD-40, when you run your first board through there, it don't come out with that nasty brown rust on it. So that's your tip of the day. Guys, the whole video is about small jobs, and never get too big that you can't take care of the small jobs, the small customers. They'll help you stay in business. You got any questions, comments, drop them in the comment section. I'll do my best to answer them. As always, a big shout out to Matthew and Solomon editing these videos. I greatly appreciate it. If you're interested in a hat, you can check out beardedlumbernc.com. We got hats for sale. Big shout out to Chuck and Sandra at Shearton Park Farms. I was watching Chuck's video this morning before I got started, talking about deer hunting and the reasons he don't deer hunt. And Chuck, I agree with you 100%. I got nothing wrong with hunting. I grew up hunting. I just never got taste for venison. Really don't care for it. Now, if we had deer bouncing through the woods that weighed about 1,200 pounds and they tasted like Black Angus, I'd be all over it. I'd be the first one in the woods on hunting day. But it's that time of year. Be safe. Be careful out there, guys. Bad things can happen in a heartbeat. So always know what you're aiming at, what you're shooting at. Be careful. Big shout out, to Grizzly. If you need one of these, you can go on grizzly.com, look at them. We don't get any support from them. It's been a great tool. We've had it for over 10 years, I think. And yeah, it's a good money adder to your business. Even if you're not kiln drying, if you're air drying, sometimes you can help a customer out and you can make a little money doing it. But especially if you're kiln drying, you need some way to secondary process it. I told Matthew the other day I'd love to have a big wide belt sander, and we may have one day when business allows. But this is a good value adder for your Wood Mizer sawmill. As always, shout out to Wood Mizer, great people. If you need anything, give Joe Maine a call. His information will be in the description. Anything you want to add, Matthew? This video coming out before or after Thanksgiving? Before, isn't it? Yeah. We're entering into Thanksgiving season, guys. I hope you take time out to slow down, be thankful, spend time with your family. That's going to do it. As always, appreciate you watching. We'll see you back at the mill.
Thank you for watching. Here's a video selection and a playlist suggestion. Click here to subscribe for more great content. We'll see you at the mill.